The show opens in India, introducing us to two best friends, Sunny and Foss. They are currently abducted by some gangsters and are forcefully taken to a villa far away from the city. Upon arriving there, a gang leader interrogates them about a fake bank note. A few months prior to this event, Sunny is shown as an exceptionally skilled street artist capable of replicating any famous paintings with precision. With this talent, he creates and sells intricate artworks at bargain prices in the streets. It turns out that he inherited this artistic gift from his grandfather Madhav, who not only creates art but also runs a newspaper company called Conti Magazine, which isn't doing very well. Don't worry, Grandpa TV will be screwed soon too. One day, as Sunny finishes a new painting for his grandfather, the pair discuss the future of the company. Madhav believes that their magazines will one day spread to a broader audience online, but Sunny and Foss don't have any positive hopes at all. Regardless, they have been helping him run the press since childhood. During break time, Sunny recalls how the company started when he and Fowles were kids. They used to sell newspapers on every street corner, but the people weren't interested in reading them. Instead, the newspapers were used to wrap food and sleep on. Despite this, the kids used to try their best to sell it and hid the earnings in MB's drawer. To surprise him as time passed, Sunny, who was more interested in drawing and painting, honed those skills, while Foss learned printing from Uncle Yasser, one of the oldest employees of Conti Magazine. Despite their talents, they face financial difficulties and continuously seek alternative means of earning money. A hustle culture healthy? I wonder if they've tried Fiverr. Apart from all this, Sunny has a wealthy girlfriend named Anne. One day, as they are having a romantic moment in Anne's car, she shares her plan to celebrate the upcoming new year at an upscale restaurant. Eager to align with his partner's affluent lifestyle, Sunny impulsively agrees to accompany her, unaware of the cost involved behind it. Later on, Sunny and Fas visit the restaurant to inquire about the prices, only to be shocked by the steep rates. The manager then humiliates them rudely and sends them away. Begone urgent. The scene then cuts to New Year's Eve, and Sunny and his friends are seen enjoying a local rooftop party shortly after Anna joins them, but she quickly grows uncomfortable with the surroundings, which don't match her level. As a result, she leaves to celebrate the occasion with her other wealthy friends in the high-end club. Following this, Sunny and Foss find a quiet corner and talk about their ongoing predicament. Frustrated with their ever-growing struggles, Sunny asserts that the middle-class people like themselves receive no respect and that they spend their entire lives burdened by debt. Bang on Sunny. On the following day, Sunny arrives at the printing press only to find that none of the employees are working. Upon inquiring about the situation, his grandfather reveals that loan recovery agents were sent by a money lender, Mr. Ratanale, and they have demanded full repayment of their debt within 30 days. The grandfather seems to have tried every means possible to gather money, but to no avail. Feeling defeated, he decides to shut down the company, but before that he thinks of publishing one last editorial. Concerned for their grandfather, Sunny and Foss visit Mr. Ratanale's office, hoping to negotiate some more time to repay their debts. However, the old man doesn't want to listen to them. Left with no other option, the two decide to use all of their savings and sell Sunny's paintings, as well as their bikes. Despite doing all of this, they still fall short of the required amount. Foss then seeks help from his dubious friend Anis, who introduces him to Mja, a skilled forger. Before engaging in any dealings with Mja, Sunny proposes a plan to produce their own counterfeit money using his replication skills and Fro's printing expertise. Although hesitant at first, Foss eventually agrees. You can't be in debt if you're in prison, and the two of them start working on this risky venture together. In the aftermath, Sunny meticulously examines a 500 rupee note using his extraordinary artistic skills. In order to forge it flawlessly, he ensures that every single line and micr letter are replicated accurately, even going so far as to copy the watermark. Once the design is finalized, Fas utilizes his knowledge of ink colors to achieve accurate printing. However, this process proves to be challenging due to their old printer's limitation of producing only one color at a time. They then use a strip of glitter for the security strip and stamp the serial numbers in different sizes before cutting the forged notes to the exact dimensions in order to give an authentic touch. They lastly dip the notes in tea and leave them to get dry. Once this entire process is completed, the duo visit a nearby liquor store to test their creation. They hand over the note and exchange for the liquor, but the store owner immediately recognizes the fake note by simply touching it. As a consequence, they are chased by the owner as well as other customers. They managed to escape unharmed, but just by the skin of their teeth. Despite this failure, Sunny isn't ready to give up, so he vows to make even more perfect notes. In the next scene, we are introduced to a high-level Counterfeiting mafia Mansoor Dalal, who arrives in Kathmandu, Nepal via his private jet. It appears that Mansoor has been involved in the illegal production of Indian currency in the Middle East. He packages the counterfeit money in Nepal for distribution throughout India. Currently, Mansoor proceeds to a secret hotel to meet with his distributor named Belal. Unaware of the fact that a group of police officers have set up a sting operation to capture him, the cops are led by Michael Vinyagam. Oh my god. That was bad. Michael Vednayagam, who seems to have been chasing him for more than 6 years. As soon as they learn about Mansoor's arrival, they immediately make their way towards the same location. Shortly after, the officers raid the SEC hideout and apprehend Mansoor and his associates. But before they can take them to the police van, Mansoor's other henchmen open fire on the officers. Amidst the ensuing chaos, Mansoor manages to escape, gunning down one of Michael's colleagues in the process. Unfortunately for Mansoor, even if he escapes this, he'll still be in trouble elsewhere. Sunny realizes that they used the wrong quality of paper on their note, which is why they got caught. Determined to rectify this flaw, the two start searching for paper that closely resembles the texture of genuine currency. Maybe they should just print it on money. After days of exploring various options, they finally come across a suitable paper with the desired consistency. They then proceed to bleach the paper and print the currency design on both sides before soaking it in tea. Once done, they visit another crowded local store to test their second creation. Much to their surprise, it is approved, finally confirming that the quality of their counterfeit money is perfect. Or maybe the store employee was being paid minimum wage, so they didn't give a damn back. And the precede scene, the one interrogating Sunny and Foss, is revealed to be none other than Mansoor. In an effort to save his best friend, Sunny confesses that he's the one responsible for creating the fake note. Upon hearing this revelation, Mansoor and his men unexpectedly leave the scene. Following this, Sunny reflects on his past. When he was only 7 years old, after the death of his mother, he and his father used to relocate from one place to another to avoid money lenders, but on one fateful day, his father ran away, leaving him alone on a train. Since then Sunny started living on train platforms, creating artworks in hopes that his father would recognize him through his drawings. This is when he met Foss, and the two began working together. As days passed by, Sunny realized that his father had purposefully abandoned him, although in reality he was killed several days later. Sunny's grandfather found him, bringing both him and Foss home. In the present, we are introduced to Megha, an employee from the Reserve Bank of India who is in the middle of briefing a group of ministers about the issue of counterfeiting. She also presents a revolution machine called CT600 to combat the fake notes. Unfortunately, her efforts are in vain, as the higher-ranking officials show no interest and pay little attention to the matter. After her presentation, Michael approaches the finance minister Pone Gallo and informs him about the current state of the counterfeiting gig. He requests for a dedicated team to combat and eradicate the ongoing financial terrorism. However, Pawan is solely focused on the upcoming election campaign, so he disregards Michael's concerns. That night, Michael gets drunk and ends up blackmailing Pawan with his private pictures to gain his cooperation. Help me with the money thing, or I leak the dick pics. On the other hand, Sunny and FAS make waves with their fake notes. At one point in time, they fix a meeting with a fake note dealer named Lad Koala. The boys showcase their remarkably authentic fake notes, impressing the dealer right away. Lad Koala then inquires about the price, to which Sunny proposes a rate of 200 rupees for a 500 rupee fake note. The latter counters with an offer of 150 rupees and places a substantial order of fake notes worth 2 crore. Furthermore, the order must be delivered in a time frame of 2 weeks, a challenge that Sunny is ready to accept. After the meeting, Foss, who is astounded by the scale of the order, questions Sunny about how they'll produce such a large quantity in such a short time frame. He also emphasizes the need for real money to invest in making the fake money. However, Sunny appears unfazed and decides to approach Mr. Rattan Law in order to request some additional funds. Sunny assures Mr. Rattan Law that they will repay their entire hire loan within a month. Seeing the confidence, Mr. Rattan Law agrees but imposes an interest rate of 24%. FO is uncertain, but Sunny plunges into the agreement with confidence, believing that this time will be different. From this point onwards, the two begin their work. One day, Uncle Yer confronts Sunny about the banknote sketches hidden in the drawer. Now that he is caught, Sunny reveals his illegal work, citing his motive to save the printing house and his financially struggling grandfather. He then shows one of the counterfeit notes, which leaves Uncle shocked. He asks the uncle to help them in their operation, but the latter is scared of getting caught. In a bid to persuade him, Sunny takes him to a restaurant and uses the fake note to pay for food. Initially, Uncle Yer panics, but he is relieved when the restaurant owner accepts the note without suspicion. This ultimately convinces him to join their endeavor in order to accelerate their pace. They also acquire new printing and drawing machines. On the other hand, Michael visits Powen in his office and apologizes for his earlier behavior. He then asks him to approve his counterfeiting team, guaranteeing that if this operation is successful, Pan's name will be even more popular. Meanwhile, Sunny's team faces a problem. They struggle to find the specific GSM paper required for making the fake notes. In search of a solution, they turn to Anise, who then brings along his henchmen to carry out a robbery at a paper factory, the most boring robbery of all time. In the middle of the night, they infiltrate the factory premises and to cost all the guards in a corner. While one group holds the guards at gunpoint, the other group, including Sunny FC and others, venture inside to find the desired paper shortly after they locate it. But Sunny decides to steal other random-sized paper in order to avoid suspicion from the police. More theft equals less trouble. Now that they have all the resources they need, the trio works tirelessly for days and nights to fulfill their huge order. They manage to complete their operation just before the deadline. Following this, they deliver the fake currency to Lad Koala and receive real money in return. Before departing, the dealer notes that he will need their services again. With their illicit enterprise thriving, they gradually pay off all their debts along with its interest, thereby rescuing Conti magazine. Even though in the future, nothing can save Conti magazine. When Sunny's grandfather questions about the source of funds, Sunny makes up a story about starting a new business with a new partner who provided a loan. Though the grandfather appears suspicious, this is a good thing for him, so he doesn't care. The following day, Sunny takes him to a fancy restaurant as a date. As usual, she discreetly hands her credit card to the waiter, assuming her boyfriend friend doesn't have money. When Sunny sees this, he becomes upset. To add to his worries, Anna reveals that she's being pressured by her parents to marry a rich man, so she might have to stop seeing him after their meal. Sunny goes to the counter and asks the waiter to return Anya's credit card, leaving some fake notes instead. Wasn't the point to impress her to her face? Why did he do that? Coincidentally, Mega also arrives in the same restaurant for dinner. Turns out her mother has set up a blind date for her, but she's not looking forward to it at all. After the awkward date ends, the two split the bill. Maya receives counterfeit notes and change, which she recognizes immediately. She then collects all the 500 rupee notes from the counter and takes them for further investigation. After working late hours, she finally figures out that the bill is a sandwich note. The hell does that mean? Elsewhere, Michael receives a call from the finance minister, who finally agrees to provide him with a counterfeiting team he asked for. However, Michael must help him in winning the upcoming election. In return, with this grant, Michael pledges to eradicate counterfeiting nationwide. On the other hand, Sunny and FAS are so driven by greed that they persuade Uncle Year to print another batch of fake notes. Despite his reluctance, the very next day Michael conducts a briefing for his newly assembled team about Monsieur Dalal and his illicit operations. He outlines Monsour's extensive network spread across neighboring countries. He also introduces Shakar as the chief investigating officer who will be assisting the special task force in this mission. As their first step of the mission, Michael and Sheer retrieve the counterfeit currency CONF from Nepal for examination later on. Michael uses some of those notes to purchase new smartphones, gifting one to Shakar and keeping the other for his 6-year-old son Bomb. Simultaneously, Maya approaches her boss Primal with a request. She wants to investigate the counterfeit notes she uncovered earlier. However, her boss dismisses the idea, asserting that the National Investigation Agency or NIA has jurisdiction over the case, and that they don't have authority to intervene in such a matter. 2 weeks later, Mega requests permission again, and this time she is allowed to join Michael's team. In another scene, Sunny and Foss receive a call from Lad Koala, who informs them that his big boss has a huge project for them and asks them to come to an address. Following this, the two best friends head to the location, which turns out to be a lavish club. There they meet their client Kasari Bidoshi, who is revealed to be a Legislative Assembly member. Kasari proposes a deal involving 20 CR fake notes, their largest deal till now. With greater deals come greater risk, as they themselves have to deliver the notes across state borders. Despite the high stakes, Sunny and FC agree to the deal, but they now have to find the required paper. Stealing from the previous factory is unfeasible due to the large order, so they come up with another plan. They register a fictitious company with the name MKG Publishing and also hire a receptionist. This gives them an alibi for buying the amount of paper they need elsewhere. Michael attends his son's birthday party, despite the fact that he's not invited. What the heck, I didn't invite Dad here. It's revealed that he shares a strained relationship with his wife, due to which they live separately. The scene then shifts to Mega, who visits Michael's office to join his special task force. She submits a resume and even presents her invention, the CT-600, to him to test her capabilities. Michael hands her a counterfeit banknote, which is quickly flagged by her machine. She also assures that she can install this chip in every cash machine. This convinces Michael, and he quickly hires her for the team. The very next day at work, Mega presents evidence of the counterfeit banknote from the restaurant, hoping for an investigation. However, Michael dismisses her concern, asserting that their top priority is to capture Menser. Despite this refusal, Maya clandestinely uses his stamp to approve an order letter for her investigation. The only way to beat counterfeit is with counterfeit. She then presents the letter to a sub-inspector and asks him to accompany her to check nearby printing presses. Upon wandering around for the entire day, they head for their last destination, Conti Magazine. In the meantime, Sunny FC and Uncle Year are in the middle of printing the fake notes for their new Aura short, while later they hear a police siren and cautiously watch through the window. As the police approach the building, the trio immediately turn off the lights and stay as silent as possible, making it appear that the press is closed. However, the ongoing money printing process needs 15 more minutes to be completed, so Uncle Year walks out through the back door and approaches the police in an attempt to buy some time for the boys inside. He engages the officer in conversation. "Hello, officer, sure it's a nice day for laundering money. For what do we do magazines?" At the same time, Maya slowly approaches the entrance, prompting the boys to turn off the printing machine. She suspects that something fishy is going on inside, so she demands that the door be opened. Uncle Year tries his best to send her away, but when she insists, he reluctantly opens the door. Fortunately, just before Mega enters the premises, Sunny and FAS hastily grab all the printed reels and hide inside a cabin. Mega and the police officer then walk in and begin their inspection. She slowly walks towards the trash bin containing some evidence about the illicit activities. Seeing this, Sunny prepares a wrench in one hand and sneaks behind her, but to their good fortune, Mega receives a call from an angry Michael, who confronts her about forging his stamp. He orders her to abandon the inspection and return right away. As a result of this, she and the police officer walk away, allowing the trio to breathe a sigh of relief. Following this, the three of them continue with their work. Not long after, Modav unexpectedly shows up with some bundles of fake money in hand. He notices the boys printing the fake notes, but appears to be confused, unaware of the ongoing situation. He hands over money to Sunny, instructing him to pay off their debts. Here, it's revealed that the old man is suffering from dementia, and it's getting worse. In the aftermath, Sunny perceives their entire endeavor as a blessing from God, reassuring Uncle Year that they are on the right path. The next day, Sunny and Foss load all the counterfeit notes onto a truck and head towards their delivery destination. Surd en route, they come across a checkpoint where two police officers stop them and demand to inspect the truck. The officers begin opening each box, only to find telephone directories inside. Turns out that the boys have cleverly concealed the fake notes underneath the thick directories, disguising the upper portion of the boxes. However, their plan nearly unravels when one of the officers starts inspecting below the directories. Sensing the danger, Sunny deliberately creates a clicking sound. "Come on, man, come on, man. You hear that right?" diverting their attention to some wine bottles. This leads the police officers to believe that they're transporting alcohol. The boys then somehow manage to appease the OFIC officers with some bribe money, allowing them to proceed. After this, they reach the delivery point and successfully complete the trade. Later, the two best friends celebrate their success at a bar, dancing and drinking. Upon returning to Crowny Magazine late that night, they are confronted by Sunny's grandfather, who has discovered their illicit activities. He is so disappointed in them that he throws them off his premises.